And I want to make this clear. There's a difference between a veteran agent and an experienced agent that's active in the market. And that's what we had in this situation. It was a veteran agent that had been in the business for 20 plus years, but she just wasn't experienced in our current market conditions. And hey, how's it going? Thank you for joining me on this week's episode of The Real Deal. This week, we're going to be talking about the importance of having an experienced agent on your side in this market. Now, I'm going to go over a couple different scenarios with clients that I've had, sellers and buyers, and how their previous experience would have been completely different. They either wouldn't have had a home or they would have lost a ton of money on selling the home before we had a conversation. So let's talk about getting your offer accepted. I had a client that was shopping with an agent for about 6 months, no exaggeration. They had submitted like 20 offers plus, and they could not get their offer accepted. And that was a very common trend these last 2 years because a lot of agents just were caught off guard. They didn't understand what type of terms to put into a contract to get your offer accepted. After working with them, after 2 houses, 2 offers, we were able to go under contract and they closed in a beautiful home, 3-car garage. It was a great home for them and they were extremely happy. Now, this happens a lot because sometimes agents aren't in the market full time. They're doing this part time, so they don't understand the market trends. They don't understand the type of offers that are required to get your offer accepted. And I want to make this clear. There's a difference between a veteran agent and an experienced agent that's active in the market. And that's what we had in this situation. It was a veteran agent that had been in the business for 20 plus years, but she just wasn't experienced in our current market conditions. And these clients almost didn't purchase a house. So I was happy to step in, help them out. They were able to close on their home. It was a great experience for them. And I'm very fortunate that they reached out to me. Another one, I had a client that was a seller that was going to sell her home to one of these iBuyers. You got the Zillows, the OfferPads, Open Doors, and a lot of other investors. Now, these investors don't buy houses that have leased solar panels because then they have to assume that lease themselves. They require the sellers to sell those, to basically pay off the solar panels through their proceeds. Now, that was a huge profit that my clients were going to lose, about 30 grand if they would have sold through this iBuyer. We had a conversation. I explained to them, I said, you know what? We can transfer this solar lease to a buyer. This is very common in this market. And we were fortunate enough to be able to do that. So they were able to sell their house. They were able to turn a great profit. They didn't have to pay off the $30,000 from the solar panel bill. That's crazy to think that they were going to lose 30 grand because they just unfortunately didn't know. So I was happy once again to be there, guide them through the process. We sold their home for top dollar. It was a really good experience. Super happy for them. They're getting ready to close on their new build home. I also had a client recently. Now, this was a little bit of a different experience. This was a client that was actively shopping, and it's somebody that I personally knew, somebody that I've done business with before through her small business. And I was there talking to her. We had a conversation. She mentioned that she was actively shopping in the market. Now, through that conversation, I realized that she was working with another agent. I asked her, I said, hey, what's going on? Why is it that you didn't come to me? Obviously, I've been going, with you for years. Just want to know what's up. She said, hey, sorry, this is somebody that I know. I've known him for years. It's somebody that, they just got licensed. I think this was their second transaction, she says. And I just wanted to give them the business. I'm a small business owner. They're a small business owner. I wanted to return the favor. And I said, you know what? That's fine. Like, I get it. I've been there. Obviously, I was a new agent when I first started, and these friendships that I had and the family members that I had that went and used me as a realtor, those were crucial to helping me get my career going. However, throughout the conversation, we had a conversation, and I realized that this agent wasn't informing her properly. There were certain houses that she was skipping on because she didn't realize that she can actually purchase these houses. And somehow it ties back to solar panels. So she was misinformed, and she thought that the solar panel bill that's billed monthly to the solar lease was going to affect her debt to income ratio, which that's not the case. They did away with that a couple years ago. Now, there's certain solar panel leases that are very restricted, that are financed as opposed to a lease, but those are a lot more rare. Those may have some concerns with DTI depending on your type or debt to income depending on the type of loan that you're going with. But in this particular case, it was just a regular solar panel lease. So that's another situation where a client was missing out on houses, skipping on houses because she thought she couldn't qualify due to the solar panel bill. So as you can see, there's a lot of different scenarios, a lot of different situations. A seller not knowing that they can transfer their solar panel bill, a buyer just not getting their offers accepted just because the agent was out of touch with the market, another buyer that's passing on houses because she thinks she doesn't qualify. Those are just three of many stories that I have of clients and interactions that I've had where an inexperienced agent would have done these clients no justice. Now, with that being said, if you yourself, if you have friends, family that recently got licensed and you're trying to help them out with their real estate career, that's great. I can take them on as showing agents. They can still get paid to show the houses, to go out there and shop with you. I still manage the transaction, the important stuff, dealing with the agent, make sure that the end result is there, either to help you sell your house for top dollar or help you buy your next home. So I hope these examples give you an idea of what it really takes, and how having an experienced agent on your side is absolutely crucial. If you have any questions, any concerns, reach out to me. I'd love to have a conversation with you. Take care.